Good morning, everyone. Hashtag Mega Grinder Gears. I hope everyone is living their best life. I want that for the world, everyone. I wish I could sprinkle that fairy dust on everybody. So, what's grinding my gears today is sexual assault, and I already know people are going to be controversial with this because because I've already argued with people on the internet about this. So I already know y'all are not gonna agree with me, and I don't really give a fuck. I don't. But I when it comes to sexual assault, who really is the victim? Is the victim the person that is doing the sexual assault, or is the person really the victim who is receiving the sexual assault, or maybe is it both? And I think that it's both because they always, because I've sat through sexual assault, and not, I don't know if it was necessarily a class, but I guess maybe it was a lecture because I wanted to know, um or I think it was something, you know what, maybe it was about addiction, I think. And I mean, to a certain extent, there's a strong possibility that sexual assault may be an addiction for some people. And so, and I'm part of the reason why I want to sit through things like this, and I sat through things like this, and I still would sit through anything having to do with addiction, molestation, child molestation, pedophilia, sexual assault, that type of thing. I would sit through any of that to become more um, aware of what's around me and things to look for, and even because I work with children also, so I always want to do something, things to keep me informed on things. And but that still leads me to the question of, who is really the victim? And I guess I'm saying it like that because I mean, we always hear about, who it happened to. I don't ever remember hearing or seeing anyone interviewed about who's doing the assaulting. And maybe we do need to see something like that. And I mean, I haven't done my research, so I can't speak candidly on stuff that I haven't done any research for. Maybe there are videos out there that has done that, and I haven't seen them yet. But who really is the victim? And the reason why I say that like that is because, well, I'll just give you just an example, a scenario, because I've been there, done that, been involved in that. So I've gone to my share of frat parties. I've gone to my share of seeing them, go wild, crazy, party, whatever. And I can remember when the first time I walked into my first frat party, and and it was guys that they invited me, and for a particular frat, and they actually invited me. So the dudes that were there, a couple, two or three of them, I actually knew and had hung out with or been around them before. So they invited me to their frat party. So, but yet, when I get to the frat party, when I finally get there, one of them asked me because they finally recognize me, and say, hey, how you doing? And ask me, do I want something to drink? First thing that comes to my mind is, well, what you got? And he proceeds to tell me what he has. And I tell him, you know, um, I think he's talking about bringing me a soda. That's what he's talking about bringing me. And because I mean I think that part of that list was, I think, a canned soda or soda out the machine or something like that. But I knew up front I didn't want him to bring me a goddamn thing that just was something in a cup. So, and I mean, so that's just me, you know. And so, and so we're not, that's something simple just in itself right there. That one particular thought of, I don't know you, I'm not going to accept anything from you in a fucking cup, because no matter what, I didn't watch you make it. So, which brings me to the next question. So, if I'm doing that individually on my own, why aren't other women thinking about that type of thing individually on their own. And better yet, why hasn't that person, that female, been taught to think that way? So that's where my disconnect comes in on who really is the victim. Because I mean, if you put yourself in predicaments that get you in situations, I'm sorry. And actually, no, really, I'm really not sorry. You deserve whatever you get. I've even put myself in sexual situations. And I know I didn't want to have sex with that person. And I'm already praying. Because, I mean, he's not necessarily just completely forcing himself on me yet. But it's the whole, come on, you like this. Come on, just stay a little bit longer. Come on, just let me just, do this. And, whatever. I want to say that's happened to every bitch. And I can tell you wholeheartedly, there's times I thought I was in situations where, God, if you just give me about this situation right now, Lord knows I don't want to be here right now. I made up my mind, I don't want to do this shit. So I had prayed to get myself out of some situations, and I can say God has delivered that definitely on that. Now, I don't know if shit would have got out of control. I couldn't tell you. But I do know, why do we need to feel sympathetic towards you if you've put yourself in a situation that gets you assaulted? Okay? I'm talking about these young girls. Now, we're not talking about the little kids. We're not talking about little kids that grown people are going into their bedrooms and fucking them. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you are a young teenage girl, and you are this is your first time away from home. And you figure you can do whatever fuck you want. But you doing anything that you want has landed you in this situation, and you upstairs in one of the one of the frat house bedrooms with some nigga. Why the fuck? There's no way you should even put yourself in no predicament like that. You a female. There's no way you got the strength that a male has. Period. Unless your ass no motherfucking taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, or whatever the fuck, or some goddamn whatever that self-defense shit, then that's different. But no matter, let's tell the truth to shame the devil. Why in the fuck? Well, and then too, why would you be wearing a whore's uniform? I always call it a whore's uniform. Yeah, I know you want to dress sexy. Yeah, I know you want to impress the men. But some shit that some females have on, bitch, you look like you dressed for the goddamn strip club. And you don't work at one. There's a difference between sexy and complete trash can hole slut. It just is. So that's my answer for situations like that. And then another thing too. I talked to a chick on the internet. I don't know if she's real. I, can't say. This is the internet. But, this bitch is talking about how she's been sexually assaulted. And I'm just like, okay, well, and she said it was someone she knew. I said, well, then why are you not getting justice for your damn self? And this is something I don't understand. I do not understand how, first of all, no matter what in your mind, you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. No matter if anyone believes you or not, you know you did not want to engage in sexual congress with that person, and you said no, and they didn't give a fuck about your feelings and what you was trying to do. So with that being said, why don't you take your whether you at that point you can go straight to the popo and tell them you've earned that right at that point. You don't have to tell your moms. You don't have to tell your daddy. You don't have to tell your grandmother. You don't have to tell a priest. You don't have to tell anybody about that. You don't have to tell nobody nothing. You can go straight to the motherfucking police and tell them what the fuck happened to you. Well, they're not going to believe me. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now. See, and I already know everybody is not as strong-willed as me. I can tell you right now, if I went down to a police station and a motherfucker, and I sit up and tell the motherfucker that somebody sexually assaulted me, and that son of a bitch don't do shit about it, it's gonna be, what's your badge number? And who is your motherfucking supervisor? And I need to talk to them. And if that motherfucker don't listen, because see, I can tell you right now, even in the workplace, the chain of command works. You know why? Because if you start following that chain of command, you're going to end up in somebody's office who they don't even want to fucking see you to begin with. They're going to be like, why the fuck are you here? Why the fuck ain't you talking to this other motherfucker first? And see, that's going to be a problem right then and there. Because they don't want, there's no way this should have been handled at a lower level. Ain't no way in hell this motherfucker's supposed to be in my office talking to me about a goddamn thing that somebody beneath me should have been able to handle. If nothing else, it's going to get solved behind that. Trust me, as a nigga, chain of command works. At least with me it has. I can't speak for the next motherfucker, but I guarantee you chain of command works. And I do guarantee you stay in a motherfucker face all day, every day. They'll start listening. I guarantee you they'll listen to you. You ain't got to act like no fool. You ain't got to cuss nobody out. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is be inside the motherfucker. You heard me when I said inside the motherfucker's face every motherfucking day to get some shit done for you. I guarantee you resolution will come. I promise you that. I've done it. I've done the research and experienced it. So, and if that motherfucker in that police station, by the time you start talking to the top motherfucker in there, and that motherfucker don't listen, then that means that you need to start going, you need to escalate up and up and up and up. Or to another police station, because there's more than one. So, I'm really not understanding the disconnect. Well, I'm scared. Scared of what? Scared of what? What the fuck are you scared of? Because, you clearly weren't scared enough to get yourself out of that situation or start fighting or doing something. And that's what all these other bitches, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing all these other bitches talk about R. Kelly and shit. Well, he did this to me. He preys on you. He preys on the weak. Okay. All right. Okay, and one particular person that came to my mind. So let me get this straight. Well, I knew more was going to come with it. Okay, well, if you knew that, why in the hell did you participate in said act? So again, who really is the fucking victim? Because do you honestly feel that someone should feel sympathetic towards you? And you just said out of your fucking mouth that you knew something more was going to come of it. And what you started doing to get involved with this person because you wanted to further your career. Well, hello, casting couch. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm getting to. We already know about the goddamn casting couch indirectly. We know about it. But you mean to tell me now, 10, 15, 20 years later, you want to bring up some shit that happened that motherfucking long ago and ruin your life and someone else's life when you should have did something about it then. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not going to say I'm sorry because I'm not. I don't feel sympathetic towards you. I just don't. And it's not fair. And then to the point to where you are not only moving around history, moving around history books of the law, to where there's no statute of limitations on this anymore. Well, look, bitch, if you could tell me about it, what happened to you 20 years ago, bitch, you could have told me about what happened 20 years right ago, right then. I don't understand the disconnect in that. Fuck that scared bullshit. No matter what, someone has done something wrong to you and you are not seeking justice for someone doing something wrong to you. What does that say about you? Why the fuck are you so goddamn weak-minded about your own shit, your own damn self, to not even stand up for yourself? That has nothing to do with your moms. That has nothing to do with your daddy. That has nothing to do with nothing. That has something to do with something inside of you. Well, I'm a product of my environment. Okay, yeah, you may be a product of your environment. But the bottom line is in the Bible, in the Bible, it says you differentiate right and wrong at 7, 9, 13 years old. You know it's wrong and you don't do anything about it. That's bullshit. That's bullshit for me. And that's how I know, by the grace of God, knock on wood, I have not been in that predicament at all. I have not been in a sexual assault predicament. And even when I halfway was in a sexual assault predicament, I knew what the fuck I was getting myself into. And I was praying to either get out of it, or either it's going to get ugly, I'm going to try to fight my way to get out of it, or whatever else. At least when I wasn't, I can tell you right now, when I was in an abusive relationship, at one time I was fighting that motherfucker every motherfucking day it went down until I just grew tired. I was physically exhausted trying to fight with a grown man. So fuck that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And maybe I do need to go out there and start talking to people and letting them know and say it just like that. It's bullshit that you are terrified like this. It's bullshit that you are so terrified to the point to where you won't get justice for your damn self. Fuck the fact of the matter who's listening or not. Fuck the fact of the matter who gonna believe you or not. What's that say about you? And what type of person that you need to be within your damn self. If someone does something wrong to you, how the fuck are you gonna let it fall by the wayside and not do a goddamn thing about it? That's my problem I had with a motherfucker. That's why I don't have sympathy for a motherfucker either. Because if you don't even speak up for your goddamn self, do you expect somebody else to do it? Oh, and why does somebody else have to come out on their own for you to finally get the strength to finally speak up for yourself? That's bullshit. It's bull motherfucking shit. If nothing else, speak up for your damn self. Even if a young person, if you're a young person and you get molested right damn now and you feel like you can't do any goddamn thing about it, no matter what, you know it's wrong and you know you want it to stop. Speak up and stand up for your fucking self. You are. I am. I exist. What do they say? I think, therefore I am. The body cannot live without the mind. That's some matrix shit. That's some real fucking talk to me. So, no. If something, there are hotlines out there. There are 800 numbers out there. You do not have to give your name. You don't have to give any of that. You can get help. The fact of the matter is you have to seek it and ask. That's another problem with our young people. They don't ask about shit. If you don't know, ask some goddamn body. And if the shit don't make sense to you, go ask somebody else. And I promise you, this sounds real crazy. It sounds real crazy. But everybody ain't telling the same. Everybody don't tell the same lie. And everybody don't tell the same truth. So when I say it like that, that means if you go ask a white person the same question, you go ask a black person the same question, you go ask an Indian person the same question, you go ask an Asian person the same question, and they all give you the same exact motherfucking answer, you might want to listen. I'm just saying. Out of 5 motherfucking people, you got the same exact answer. I would think you might want to actually halfway act on that a little bit. Everybody, that's what they say. Everybody can't be telling the same lie. Everybody, it has to be true. A motherfucker can't be telling the same lie. A motherfucker can't be, it has to be true. To a certain extent, if motherfuckers from all walks of life are answering the same fucking thing. Come on, it's common motherfucking courtesy, decency. Common's motherfucking sense. Which I've also have been told, and I've stole this from someone. Common sense is not a flower that grows in everyone's garden. I'm telling you, it's simple. This shit is simple. It's not fucking rocket science. And I tell people this on the internet. That's why I still remain on that app to this very day. Because there are motherfuckers out there that are literally posting shit that you cannot fucking believe that they are actually asking something of that nature and posting it online. You mean to tell me there's no one in your circle that you can ask that same question to instead of putting yourself in the embarrassment post section? Be for fucking real. So, who really is the victim? And even with sexual assault, when the people that they say that people that sexually assault people that have been molested, or people who abuse people have been abused themselves. And I don't even understand the disconnect. I don't even understand the connect with that. Well, I say disconnect, but I mean it's connect, disconnect, either way. I know I don't fucking get it. Why in the fuck, if something horrible happened to you, why the fuck would you want to put that on someone else? You know how it made you feel, so why the fuck would you want to do that to somebody else? I don't fucking get that. At all. What the fuck type of person are you? Hey, you're a sick motherfucking twist. In your mind, you think it's okay just because your ass was molested, you need to go molest somebody else. Just because your ass was abused, you need to go abuse somebody else. That's fucking psycho and sick and psychotic. Go get you some fucking help. Or go pray or do something with yourself. Because that don't even make any damn sense. Actually, and then, did you say it out loud? Maybe if you would have just said it out loud, maybe you would have came to your own goddamn senses. But that's what's on my mind, folks. Who really is the fucking victim when it comes to abuse? Hashtag make it grind the gears.